What's going on, guys? Sam O'Connell checking in with you guys. If you guys are doing well, doing terrific. So by the time this video is coming out, it should put you around a day before Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna say this to you: Happy holidays to you. Happy Black Wednesday, if that's still a thing. And hope you enjoy a lot of treats, a lot of food with your family. Speaking of holidays, so over the weekend while I was doing check-ins, I just found myself giving a lot of bullet points to a lot of my clients on how to stay consistent, how to adhere to the plan throughout the holidays. Some clients who were given like a free, like a not tracking day based on the amount of work that we've put in the last few weeks. So what I'm trying to get to is, I just found myself giving like bulletin points and pointers on how to stay consistent throughout the holidays or throughout the Thanksgiving. So I figured, why not do a video and just share that sort of tips with you guys that are kind enough to watch any of these videos. Yes, I can put up an Instagram post, but I think I like to put this on YouTube just because I can refer a lot of people to it. Just because holiday season, it's a long season, there are going to be the same tips I'm going to be sharing with you guys are the same tips that you can apply to your day-to-day life. During the summer, you go to parties, you have events and things like that. But I felt it was very timely because the holiday is here, the holiday season is here, and a lot of you guys that have worked so hard, diligently, all through the years, the last few months, and now the holiday is coming and you don't know what to do. So hopefully some of these pointers will allow you or help you out to stay consistent throughout your process. So let's get to it. Point number one is to have a plan. Proper planning prevents poor performance. In anything you do, you need to have a plan. So what I mean by that is, you know you are going to be going home to your family. You know you are going to be going home to friends. Yes, you don't want to be the guy or the person that carries the Tupperware around and tells somebody, oh no, I don't want to touch that because I am trying to stay on my diet. If you know me, if you know any of the clients that I've worked with in the past, I preach flexible dieting. I like the flexible approach to things just because, allows you to, again, be flexible with the way you eat and not be so rigid in your ways. So have a plan. And what I mean by this, by having a plan is, when you know you're going to go out to your family, depending on what kind of family and what you do with your family. Some people eat lunch during eat Thanksgiving get together or food or treats during lunch. Some people later in the day. So if you know you're going to be eating lunch or later in the day, and what you want to do is, okay, a few things you can do. You can do what I call macro hoarding. So macro hoarding essentially is when you save majority of all your macros for later on in the day. So it's either you do one or two things. You do some sort of intermittent fasting at the beginning of the day, so you can give yourself a feeding window so you can consume at least up to the same the level of calories that's required, because let's be honest, you are not going to be so diligently sticking to every ounce of macros that you prescribed. So stick within a certain the calories of what you're allowed to. Yes, a lot of you guys might not know how many calories is in here, but at least have a ballpark, have an idea, eyeball thing, see if you don't, and push from the shelf. So what if you overate by 200-300 calories? It's not a big deal, which I'm going to talk about later. So the first point is have a plan. So if you have a plan ahead, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan my meals out. I'm going to give myself the X amount of food here, and that will really keep you diligent instead of just, I think I can be okay, I'm just going to wing it. That automatically sets a lot of people up for failure. That's tip number one. Tip number two, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a very controversial topic, I believe, because a lot of people tend to be so rigid in the way they think about things. They hear intermittent fasting, oh my God, that's the best thing ever. But what I preach a lot of people, there's no specific diet that is superior than the other. The best diet is a diet that works for you, not the diet that's cool or that you saw one of your best friends doing and you think it's a great idea, you should try it too, and it might not just be feasible or work well for your lifestyle. In this situation though, intermittent fasting is a great idea. And what I mean by intermittent fasting, if you don't know what intermittent fasting is you have a filled period of time that you fast, and if you have a period of time that you feed, you get fed. So let's say you go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, you wake up, you fast all throughout the day, and you start your feeding window around 1 o'clock. You started before 4 to 6 hours of feeding window, and that's when you're gonna allow yourself to eat. And after that time, after the cutoff, let's say around 8 o'clock, that's it. You're done. So you can use intermittent fasting, but at the same time, you do not want to eat like a pig. You want to give yourself, again, a caloric target that you want to hit. You want to have an idea, look at a plate, eyeball it, have a calorie tracker in your head. If you can write down somewhere, great, just to have an idea, because you just don't want to go and I'm just going to eat whatever I want. Another tip that I'm going to give to you, if you are that type of person that already been planning, you have a general idea of what how many calories are in certain things, then this one might just work well for you. Do not overstress it. Have a caloric goal in mind. Stick to that calorie goal, and everything else will just be fine. Unfortunately, we don't know how to do that, so I would not recommend it unless you've done some sort of calorie counting or tracking for some time. Now you can look at a plate of turkey and you can guesstimate of how much calories or macros it's going to be there, so you can just log that away somewhere. Another tip that I'm going to give you is to try and get a workout in the morning. Try to get up in the morning, get a workout in. So because there's a lot of times, from a physiological or psychological standpoint, it makes you feel better. It makes a lot of people feel like you've earned the food. I know there's a joke that I used to joke around back when I was in my off season. If somebody brings a treat to work, cookies or something, I'm like, well, I guess it's leg day, because I feel like I need to use that as sort of fuel to get a great workout. So I'm attaching a performance aspect to that and calories I'm about to ingest. Chances are you're not going to eat as much, or in terms of calories, as much as you think you did, but at least you have that to okay, I'm going to fuel that with performance, or I'm going to use that, since I'm going to eat X amount of calories, I'm going to work out X amount of weight. Yes, it might not be the most recommended way that I want to tell most clients, just because I don't want a lot of people to have an attachment to, oh my god, I overate, so I'm gonna go work it off or something like that. But if you work out in the morning, you feel good, you feel like you've earned it in a way. It puts you in a good state, instead of just waking up lollygagging around and just grabbing food here and there, and all of a sudden you have this dinner with the family, and the itis hits you, and just like lethargic the whole day, and you're just not moving, and you don't want to do anything, so you just lay there, and you wake up the next day and you feel bad. I'm like, oh my god, I've ruined everything. No, you have not ruined it, which brings me to my next point. If you overeat, it's not that big of a deal. And I'll give you an example. So let's say an average person, let's say you weigh 200 pounds. And ideally, for the most part, if let's say you have a sedentary lifestyle and you take that 200 pounds and multiply that by, let's say, 10 on like the lower active scale, meaning you sit at your desk for 7-8 hours a day, now moving around, your step count is around 2,000 to 3,000 on a good day. You multiply that by 200 pounds by 10, or by 10, you get 2,000. So that gives you your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, and that typically just tells you that's what your body needs to pretty much just survive. And you're not counting the other additional calories that you're gonna expend just from activity, just general activity. So let's put into perspective. So you overate that day, you overate by you hit 2,000 calories that day, your basal metabolic rate, and you had another 300 calories by that. Yes, you might wake up the next day, you might gain a pound or two, but are the pound or two you gain the next day, are those really fat? No, it's not. And which transition into my next point is, even though you gain a pound the next day, do not get into the habit of just saying fuck it. The fuck it attitude is like, oh, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna throw in the towel, it's over, it's a ruin, I gained 2 pounds, I fucked up everything I worked out for. It doesn't work out like that. A lot of times, a lot of people tend to shoot themselves in the foot because they never go back to what got them to where they were before they had the quote unquote mishap. They find a way. The way the brain functions is in a weird way that just binds you in a way of, you know, you find yourself in a rut of just like, I fucked it all up. No, you did not. Yes, you have a quote unquote, you went off the grid for one day. That doesn't mean all the work that you've put in the last few weeks or the last few months have gone to shit. It doesn't work out like that. So tip, even though you gain a little bit of weight the next day, don't say fuck it. Get back on track the next day and you just be fine. And it's funny because you know, my man Chris Barricade actually just posted something up on the School of Gains website, which I will link in the description for you guys to check out and read up a little bit about some of the tips. Some of the tips I actually gave is some of the tips that I shared with a lot of my clients, and some of the tips that I suggested for some of my clients. So it's just nice to hear somebody's perspective, and not just anybody, a smart gal like Chris Barricade's perspective, and to see that we both aligned on a lot of things. So I will link that in the description if you guys want to check that out, read up a little bit, share with your friends that you know they are very, you know, goal oriented and they are trying to stick to their fitness journey, and not just on Thanksgiving alone, because again, the holiday season is a long, you know, few weeks of just, you know, treats and enjoyment. So yeah, that's the video I got for you today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You guys have learned a little bit, and if you have any sort of tips that you think it has helped you in the past, feel free to comment below and drop that in the comment section. Just for whoever's viewing this video or reading the comment section, they can, you know, gather something that I might not even be thinking about. After all, we're all here to encourage and help each other out. Hope you guys enjoy this video, like this video. You can comment, you can share, you can share with your friends. You know, your friends that you know they're trying to stick to their goals. Share with them, you know, that maybe they need to hear this too. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Like I said earlier, I hope you all a happy, merry Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family. Make memories. Again, don't feel guilty about, you know, overeating if you do, but try not to overeat. You know, eat till you're full, eat till you're satiated. You know, as many people typically say, don't eat like an asshole. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.